Well, good evening, friends, or good morning, or good afternoon, wherever this video finds you. Welcome back. Part 4 of the collection series. We're in the thick of it now, and there's no turning back, and we haven't even gotten to the big unit yet, so buckle up. Okay, let's start with some housekeeping. Okay. Coffee cup of the day, Deadpool. Love this cup. How great is that? Let's see. Scent of the day. I was talking to some people in the comments about this. Is Enrique Coveri, and some people get some other stuff like on Fragrantica. I don't hear the same talk the impression I get from it. Kind of feel like it's kind of a Rive Gauche kind of a fragrance, maybe a shade darker than Rive Gauche, but that's what I get from it, and I really like that fragrance. Okay, what am I sampling? I'm sampling something I got in yesterday, and I'm really enjoying this. This is Beach Hut Man, and it's a strange fragrance. Got it on my hand right now. It's a strange fragrance, but man, I like it. Clove heavy, kick in the teeth. And I'm also sampling something from Caron, and it's called Eau de Réglisse. Eau de Réglisse, I believe. There's no way you're going to see that writing, but this is really interesting. Kind of on the light side, but interesting. Got a whole bunch of stuff to get through. We have what's left over on this table from the last video, and I've broken out some of my some of the stuff I keep in their presentations and some other collector's pieces. I'm going to do those real quick, and then we'll jump into the rest of what's on this table here from that last shelving unit. Okay, if anybody was in Ramsey's stream the other day, you may have seen this. It's last week now. Time flies. This is Mask Milano's Tango. Look at that presentation. Presentation's like off the hook. This is the 100 ml bottle. I had never seen these 100 ml bottles until I got this. It's a classy affair. These bottles are really something special, and I have a few others from the house in the 50 ml bottles, which I think are very nice, but comes with like a velvet bag to carry it in. I doubt that I'll be carrying it in a velvet bag, but there it is. Okay, I think I may have flashed this on Ramsey's stream too. This is a collector set, and this is a wood box, and it is a aftershave EDT set of Ted Lapidus Porum, and it's got poker chips in it, different color poker chips, and I think they're clay poker chips if I'm not mistaken. Ted Lapidus Porum, such a great fragrance. And I'm almost shy to use that, but I do once in a while use it. And I'll tell you what, I haven't even gotten to the EDT yet because the aftershave is so strong that I might as well burn through that before I go through the EDT. I think I may have shown this as well. This is a decanter of the original Aramis, released in '66. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. But this is a decanter. This is one of 2 decanters, and there may have been more, but I'm only aware of 2 decanters that Aramis made. And this was released from the collector I got it from. He informed me that this was released in 1973. And this is a 400 ml. It might be 380. I believe 380 ml decanter. Look at that juice. It's unbelievable. And it is absolutely stunning. I can't explain to you how unbelievably good this fragrance smells. It was kept perfectly. There's about 200 mils left in here, and I've decanted it into a small atomizer just so I can spray it every once in a while. It's not an everyday driver, that fragrance right there, but it is special, and I like it. I think I may have shown this off as well, but for anybody that hasn't seen this, this is Guerlain's Rose Barbare, and this is a special fragrance. This is Francis Kirkjohn, and Rose Barbare is just, for me, one of my favorite roses. And I love the bottle, love the presentation. This is when Guerlain was doing it right. It's just a kind of a simple presentation, but I dig it. Okay, one last thing that I think is kind of cool. And this is another wooden set. And this is a wooden backgammon set. Let's see if I can hold this up right. This is a wooden backgammon set of Paco Rabanne, Pour Homme, EDT, and Aftershave. I don't know how well you can see that, but it comes with the dice and the chips at the bottom there, and both fragrances are intact and beautiful. And how cool is that? And it's even got it's got a sticker on here somewhere, maybe on the inside. Oh, it's also got this, which I was a little skeptical of its authenticity until I saw this. And this is the Paco Rabanne official backgammon rules and everything like that. Kind of nifty, huh? I had never seen anything like this, and I'm a big fan of obscure sets like this. This is really one of my prized possessions. Okay, so we're gonna dive into the deep end, and just start picking fragrances off the table. This is Python by Trussardi. This is nice. This is a nice little aquatic. You can see how much of a dent I put in it. This is a good hot weather fragrance, like going to the gym kind of a fragrance. Okay, put that over here for another time. This is Montana, and this is a great fragrance. I don't think I have to tell you too much about Montana. It's a barn burner from the 80s. Okay, this is a Salvador Dali. This is a flanker of Le Roi Soleil by Salvador Dali, and this is Le Roi Soleil Extreme. And look at that bottle. Such a cool bottle. This one, it's kind of a citrus aromatic, and but it has a strange darkness to it for as much citrus as it has in it. But I like it. I like all Dali fragrances. Dali there's just something strange about it. I love the artwork. I love the aesthetics. I love the bottles. And more than a few of their fragrances are really good. I have not one, but two bottles of Smalto by Francesco Smalto. And it's Smalto. It's very good. It's everything Rich Mitch claims it is. And I remember getting this on his recommendation. And great bottle too, by the way. And I'm a big fan of Smalto. And I have a few other Smaltos here too. This is a vintage Coram. It's one of the first fragrances that I had as a teenager. I think even before high school, maybe 12, 13, early 80s. It's fantastic. I mean, you're 12 years old and you're wearing this. That's how things should be. Maybe that's why, things were a little bit better back then, because kids were wearing this stuff. You had to grow up if you're wearing that kind of stuff. And nowadays they're wearing Baccarat Rouge 540. No offense if you like Baccarat Rouge 540, good on you. But here's another one, Davidoff by Zeno, and it's just great. It's just great. I'll take this over Beau de Jour any day of the week. Speaking of Dolly, I have not one, but two Dollies, and I love these bottles. I really do. There's just something about them. They're just weird and unique, and this is a great fragrance. This is, I kind of feel like this is, the impression you get wearing this is like walking through a church graveyard, like somewhere in England, in some gothic church setting with, incense burning, and I don't know. Dolly just does it for me. I like that fragrance. We're just going to power through some of these. A lot of these you guys know. This is Pancaldi, and I love this bottle. The 100 ml bottles, the taller bottles, look kind of like a coffin. Speaking of graveyards, they kind of look like a coffin, but these bottles are great. Every single one of these vintage bottles is different. There's so much more creativity put into the packaging. Shout outs to Pierre Denand. Long live the king. Okay, this is Cerruti, 1881. It's okay, if I'm honest. I have a few Cerrutis that I talked about before, the Pour Homme from 79 and the Fair Play from 85, and they are among my favorites. This one's pleasant. It's pleasant. It's a freshy, fougere kind of a thing. This was recommended by somebody, and I don't know if they were taking a piss out of me or what, but it's a guy named Julian in one of the streams, and I went after it and got it. And this is Talisman or Tooseman, and this is a bottle full of garbage. No offense, none taken. Okay, so I guess we'll move it along. This is one of the famous YouTubers' favorite fragrances, and I think it's one of mine too. It's a great patchouli. It's called Moods by Crizia. I like that. I like the feminine version too. I don't have that in the collection, but I will. Crizia Moods is really nice. This is a Balenciaga fragrance, and this is Ho Hang Club, but I think at some point maybe the name was retracted or replaced by Le Club for whatever reason. Maybe Ho Hang didn't work. I don't know, but that's what this is, and this is a dark, brooding. This is a power punch fragrance that I really like. I really like Ho Hang Club. Okay, I have Halston Z14, which is another one of the fragrances I had in my early teen years. Again, 12-year-old walking around wearing this. You grow up quick. And this is 112, Halston 112. And this one's very good too. Nobody ever talks about it, and it gets kind of glazed over. I dig 112 as well. Okay, let's pull some of these forward. This one needs no introduction. This is Gianfranco Ferré, 4-Man. And this is some of the best Italian perfumery from any era, in my opinion. Okay, this is Dunhill for Men. Yeah, just Dunhill for Men, if I'm not mistaken. Dunhill for Men. I really like this. This is it's not 100 miles away from Gianfranco Ferré. I like Dunhill. I like a lot of Dunhill stuff. You know, obviously, Blend 30 being one of my favorites. Okay, another from the house of Ted Lapidus. This is Lapidus Pour Homme. This was released in '87, I want to say. Pineapple, pissy florals, and Dalek. I like this a lot. Yeah, that's good stuff. Okay, so we're gonna get into a whole string of these fragrances from this house, and they're cheap as chips, but I'll tell you what, for the price, they're pretty darn good. Let's start with One Man Show Gold Edition. This is a very strange fragrance and a very strong fragrance, but I like it. I like all of these for different reasons. This is the Ruby Edition, One Man Show Ruby Edition. Jacques Bogart does great fragrances, man. They really do. This is Emerald Edition. I like these fragrances. They're kind of like no nonsense, punch you in the head kind of fragrances. And this is probably my favorite from this line. And this is Oud Edition. Jacques Bogart. Love these bottles. And I always thought they were plastic when I saw them online or whatever. And once I got them in my hand, they're actually heavy, solid bottles, glass. Okay, these are kind of like twins for me, and I think they're among the best. I would put them up near the original Jacques Bogart and Oud Edition. This is Riviera Nights and Arabian Nights. And if I had to pick, I would probably take Arabian Nights. It's spicy. It's got a little. It's smooth and creamy. It's I don't know. It kind of has a Casual Friday kind of a vibe to it. If you're familiar with that, this one's kind of good, but this one goes into a mass appealing kind of a fragrance. You know, it's like kind of a Dracari. You know. I don't know. I'm just not crazy about Riviera Nights. But, okay. So this is a partial, and I have a sealed backup somewhere. This is KL Homme, and KL Homme is very, very good. This is backup bottle worthy. Man, just the herbs and the spices and the booziness. This is a heavy duty fragrance. This is a serious fragrance, in my opinion. Okay. This, I was talking about this the other day. This is Monsieur Couturier, and this is, oh no, pardon me, this is Capucci. Sorry, I have another bottle that looks like this. This is Capucci. And this is okay. I'm not crazy about that. I have those other Capuccis and a few other Capuccis that I like more. Okay, let's see. This is the original Gucci Pour Homme from 1976, and I like this a lot. It's a great bottle too. Just a great masculine from the 70s. Gucci's well represented in my collection. There's a good reason for that. It's good fragrance. They made good fragrances for a long time. Okay, this is Valentino. This is Vendetta by Valentino, and it's a great bottle, great fragrance, really, really good. I can't say enough about that one. Okay, this is a recommendation by Ramsey. This is Potion by D Squared, And there is a flanker out there somewhere called Potion Royal Black that I'd love to get my hands on. This is a great vanilla, by the way. Really nice. Okay, we're just all over the place here. This is just everything and anything on this table. This is Ungaro 3. I don't have 1 and 2. I've been meaning to circle back for them. I heard this is the least of them. I heard the other 2 are really very good. And I know this one doesn't get a lot of love, but I kind of like this one, number 3. Okay. This is Lacoste. This is the original Lacoste. And I think Jean Patou was making these at the time, if I'm not mistaken. Sofa Par. Okay, but this is, I think Lacoste is a spin-off of the Jean Patou branding, if I'm not mistaken. That's a great little fragrance, great little citrus aromatic. Here's kind of a weird one, and kind of a terrible bottle. The cap's loose. But this is Maserati. And this is a nice little fragrance. It's nothing to write home to mom about, but it's kind of a unique little fragrance. I'm kind of happy to have odd stuff like that in my collection. It doesn't have to be the best thing in the world, you know, but I talked about this the other day. This is Roma Uomo by Laura Biagiotti. Great bottle. It's kind of like a Rome, like Pantheon kind of a bottle. Orange and vanilla, very nice. Okay, I have something that a lot of people are aware of, and then I have something that maybe not many people are aware of. This is Azzaro Visit, okay, which a lot of people are familiar with, and it's compared to, and I agree, with Gucci Rush, which I have, by the way, and I'll show that when we get to it. But I think this is better. I just got Gucci Rush in recently, and side by side, I'll take Azzaro Visit. That's one of the few slights I have of the older Gucci's. Now, is Gucci Rush bad? No, it's a good fragrance, but that Azzaro Visit is fuller and just has a little bit more heart to it than the Gucci Rush. The Gucci Rush is just kind of fleeting. It just kind of leaves you wanting. And just because I'm a sucker for flankers, this is Azzaro Visit Bright. Bright? Yes, Bright. You ever seen this? I hadn't until I saw it, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna have to get it. And it kind of gets away from that DNA over there, and it kind of goes into the Chelone, citrusy, fresh direction. So this is a fail, but it's kind of cool to have a flanker that nobody's heard of. Okay, this is from the house of Rochas, and this is Globe. Now, there's Globe that comes in a bottle without this silver casing. I don't know if this is some kind of a special edition, limited edition bottle, but I like this fragrance. This is a splash, but really nice. Rochas makes really good fragrances, both feminines and masculines. Let's see. Okay. The people that know about this fragrance know about it, and I'm glad I got turned on to it. This is by Nina Ricci, and this is called Memoir Dome. And this is a lovely fragrance. Really, really nice fragrance. This is not the best from the house, but it's very, very good. I've smelled some of Nina Ricci's feminines, and they're really phenomenal. Okay. Most people know about this is Pour Louis from Oscar de la Renta, and I like this fragrance. I don't know, if you like vintage fragrances, you have to get your nose on that. And I'm sure it's at the top of a lot of people's lists. I have 2 bottles of Kenzo Pour-Homme. Love the bottles. Got a smaller one and a bigger one. Love the bottle style. These are good. These are really good. I wouldn't say that, it's the best fragrance I've ever smelled. I mean, I like things like Jungle a little bit better, but Kenzo Pour-Homme's pretty good. This is a really good fragrance too. This is not unlike. It's not unlike a few of my vintages that I have, and this is Carlo Corinto. And look at this bottle. Such a great bottle. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Pierre Denant. It's this is like Basil Uomo and a little bit of K.L. and a little bit of Wall Street, and it's kind of an amalgamation of a lot of those fragrances. Okay, this is a Lolita Lampica, which is okay, but I'm not super crazy about it, if I'm honest. And this is Green Lover by Lolita Lampica, and this is a green vanilla. And at first I was kind of thrown off, and I was like, I don't know if I like this, but it's grown on me, and I do like it. Green Lover by Lolita Lampica. Okay, it's another green fragrance, and one of my favorites. I'd love to have a backup bottle, and this is Yope. What About Adam? And I really like this fragrance. I've always liked this fragrance. There's that tomato leaf, and it's kind of limey and citrus and herbal, and I've tried the predecessor, the feminine counterpart to this, All About Eve, and it's okay. It's not as good as this though. That's not me hating feminine fragrance. More often than not, I think the feminine's counterparts to fragrances are better. Okay, this is a flanker of XS, and this is XS Extreme. XS Extreme. Am I crazy? Yes, this is the Extreme. And this is really fruity. This is still growing on me. I almost threw it away when I first got it. I was like, this is too much, too fruity. I have to get the original XS. I don't know why I keep waiting, but this popped up at a cheap price and I picked it up. I would imagine I'll like XS a lot more. But the jury's still out on that one. Okay, this is, speaking of Nina Ricci, and I told you I had others that I liked more, this is Ricci for Men, and I like this one a lot. Ricci for Men is very good. I can't recall the details of it right this minute, release date and all that stuff, but it's very good. It's very good. Nina Ricci at one time put out very, very good fragrances. Okay, this is garbage. I don't even know how it got into my collection. I think my nephew bought me this. This is David Beckham. I don't even know or care what it's called. If you can read it, cool. It smells like nothing. It smells like absolutely nothing. I think my nephew bought me that a couple years ago, and I was like, what am I going to do? Throw it out? I don't want to throw it out, This is what I meant to show earlier. This is from Monsieur Couturier, and this is 12. I don't like this as much as I like the other one from this house, but this is okay. It's okay, I would say. All right, let's power through. I have 3 bottles of this, and this is Horizon by Guy Laroche, right? Right, Guy Laroche. And there was like a bunch of these Cosmere versions on one of the discounters, and They were going for like $8. So I bought like 5 of them, or 6 or 7 of them. I don't know how many. I got 3 of them. It's a surprisingly good fragrance. It's floral. It's rich. It's really surprisingly good. It's definitely an 80s fragrance. This bottle might indicate that it's some type of a blue or aquatic fragrance. It's certainly not. It's a heavy, rich floral, and I like it. Okay, let's do this. This is okay. I'm not crazy about this. I like this. This is Cacharel for men, or Cacharel pour homme. Yes, Cacharel pour homme. This is good, not great, in my opinion. I don't know if maybe this is not an older version, or because I've heard people rave about Cacharel, and if I'm on, maybe I need to revisit it and take it for another spin. But I've got it logged in my memory as okay. Okay. Here are a couple of Gianni Versace fragrances, and unfortunately I have the modern iteration of Blue Jeans, and I think I need to go after the Euritalia version, because this one's a little bit light. It's missing a little something. I'm not getting as much of that rich cola vibe that is meant to be here, and I've read in the blogs that there is a difference between the modern and the Euritalia version. So I'm going to need to go after that one of these days. And here are 2 of my favorites from this line. And I've tried some of the feminines too. And this line is actually pretty good. This is a tester bottle of Black Jeans, and this is good. Black Jeans actually comes in a black bottle, but this is a tester, which I got from a guy that had a bunch of them, and I should have bought the whole lot of them. I didn't understand how good this was going to be. This was from a friend called Backup Bottle Boss. Some of you may know who he is or remember him. But he had a bunch of them, and I only got one, and I'm kicking myself. I should go email him and try to get the rest. This is Green Jeans. And this, next to Black Jeans, is probably my favorite from the whole line. And there's white and red, and there's a metal for women and metal for men. And I'd love to have the metal from men. But it's a unicorn's unicorn, and it's going for stupid money on eBay. So okay, this is from the house of Lanchetti, and this is Lanchetti pour homme. This does not, unfortunately, measure up to Lanchetti Uomo. That's a tall order, but nevertheless, this is good. Lanchetti pour homme is good, not great. This is just a little cheapie I got from Manouche that I took a chance on. And it's called Chester and Peck. And this is nice. This is, kind of nice fougere. It's nothing to write home about, but it's good. I took a flyer on it, and I don't hate it. Let's see. This was a recommendation by Scentland, the land of scent. And this is Angel Schlesser. And this is Essential for Men, or Essential for Men. And this is a coffee fragrance. Very nice, very pleasant. It's not the best coffee fragrance in my collection, but it's very good. And nobody ever talks about it. The only person I've ever heard talk about it was Chris from Scentland. So that's Angel Schlesser. Okay, we're on to Cycle by Otto Kern. This is, I believe, a Scentland recommendation as well. So we're knocking out his recommendations here. Otto Kern, cool little bottle. This is very nice, very unique. I dig this, and I haven't spent nearly enough time with this. I'm going to leave this on my desk, actually, and revisit that. Okay. This is Sybaris. And Sybaris is okay. I'm not sold on it yet. Some people talk it up, but I'm not completely sold on it. But it's okay. It's okay. Sybaris is okay. Some stuff sits on my shelf for months on end, and I circle back to it that I had dismissed and just cast aside, and I go back to it, and I, kick myself for casting it aside and end up loving them eventually. So I never give up on fragrance. I don't sell fragrances. I just, if there's something I don't care for just now, I set it aside, and then down the road, it might click, Here's a good one. This is from Paloma Picasso, and this is called Minotaur. Look at that bottle. That's such a great bottle. It's got the name lifted in letters all the way around the bottle. Such a great bottle. So Minotaur, very good. Very good floral. Okay. This is a cheapie that I kind of wore in my 30s, and I'm like almost out of it. Can unzip the bottle, and I've only got like the smallest amount left in there. And this is Diesel for Men by Diesel. And now I can't zip it back up. Okay, there we go. Diesel for Men is a solid fragrance. I love it. I break it out all the time and wear it, and that's why it's worn down so much. I'm gonna have to spring for another bottle because it's just that good. Spicy, aromatic. It's kind of a sexy fragrance. I like it. Okay, this is from the house of Abusan, I believe. Am I right? I think I'm right. Yes, I'm right. This is from the house of Abusan, and this is Futuros. And that's a cool little bottle, right? Nifty little bottle. And you might think this is gimmicky or kind of weird or whatever fragrance, like a drugstore fragrance. But Futuros is actually pretty good. I like that fragrance, actually. Okay. There's one that takes a lot of flack, and I don't know why. I kind of dig it. This is Givenchy, and this is Incense. I like it. I haven't tried the ultramarine, and then there's subsequently like 50 flankers that I don't know if I want to go down that rabbit hole. I've heard that ultramarine's not really worth going after, but collector and me might go after one of those odd flankers down the road, like Midnight Swim or something like that. Okay, this is from Roger and Galley, and this is Open Black. Open Black is very nice. I don't know what open smells like. I'll have to get it one of these days, but the black is very good. Black is very good. Boozy, herbal, kind of hard-edged, masculine. Okay. This is a very good fragrance. People that know about this know about this. This is Charles Jordan Un Homme, and I like this a lot. I've burned through a good 20 mils of this. This is a splash. I kind of like the bottle, how the bottle is. You kind of half screw it on at first, and then once you get it kind of screwed on, you push it down. It's kind of a unique little fragrance. It's dark, it's masculine, resinous. I like it. Okay. Boy, we're really running into the good ones here. From Charles Jordan Un Homme to Rocco Barocco Joint, and these bottles are infamous for the writing rubbing off, but this is Joint from Roca Barocco, and this is very good. Man, Roca Barocco puts out good fragrances. There's no doubt about that. Okay, this is a Precious Partial that I have. I have a 30 mil of it, and then I have this precious little partial. I decanted about 20 mils of it, plus I have this, and this is Lancetti Uomo, and I love this fragrance, and I'm holding it backwards. Bear with me, I can't see so good. Great fragrance. It's hard to get a hold of, and it's hard to even find, never mind get a hold of it. But Lancetti Uomo is one of those top tier vintages, in my opinion. Okay, this is a favorite of Mr. Miami Cuddles, and this is called Enigma by Pierre Cardin. Let's do it right. This is Pierre Cardin, and this is Enigma. Okay, this is a good fragrance. This is a really good fragrance. Forget about the bottle. The bottle's awesome. Great presentation. But a very good fragrance. Okay, from the house of Jill Sander, this is Sun. Jill Sander Sun. This isn't reinventing the wheel or anything, but these are really nice citruses. Really, really bright, a little sweet on the citruses, but great gym fragrance. I like that fragrance a lot. There are a lot of other ones from the house of Jill Sanders that I'd love to get my hands on, but they're A, hard to find, and B, a king's ransom to get some of them. Okay, this is a rando. I had someone on, I was looking for Michael by Michael Kors. A lot of you are familiar with it. Very good fragrance, and I have it back here. And I ran into someone on Facebook that perpetrated a fraud, basically. They led me to believe that this was the Michael for men, when in fact this is Michael for women. And I bought it, and I was out like $50, but still. But it turns out this is a very good fragrance. This is a very good fragrance. It's very floral, but it's later down the road I'll compare it to one of the feminine amouages that I have. Okay, I've shown this already. This is a backup of the Pomerleau Uomo that I have over here. Great fragrance, man. The Blend 30 territory, top shelf Lancetti Uomo territory, top shelf vintage for me, Pomerleau Uomo. Okay, this was a recommendation by Duncan or Aram or one of them. This is Maxim's Pour Homme, and Maxim's is a magazine, and I think this is a fragrance that they put out, and it's very good. Don't sleep on Maxim's. It's a little challenging, but I like it. We're getting down to the end. We're getting there. Okay, this is from the house of Romeo Gigli, and this is Sud-Est, and this is really not too bad. It's not as good, from what I hear, as Per Uomo, but I do like this. And if Per Uomo is better, then I'm gonna have to go after Per Uomo. Okay, let's see. Here is a very odd one that I took a flyer on from a Nuge, and this is called Rothschild Eau de Toilette. Anybody familiar with this? I can't seem to find a lot about it. From what I understand, this house kind of continued to reinvent itself, and it was the licenses were bought over and over again by different houses or different companies, and then renamed. They went from Rothschild to Rothschild to some variation of that in other countries, and it's just a just a good fougere kind of a floral masculine. It's really not too bad. If anybody knows about that one, let me know. Okay, this is from the House of Ralph Lauren. And this is Purple Label. It's claimed that this is the forebearer of Bond Number 9's. Why can't I think of it? I have it. It's right here. Bleecker Street. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. I just kind of drew a blank. You know, just like all these fragrances are like burning my brain out. But it's claimed that this is what this was kind of loosely based on, and I sort of see the similarities, but I don't think it's as close as some people claim it is. But what do I know? You know, I'm just a guy. I'm just a stupid guy with a collection. Okay. I have 2 bottles of this because I like it that much. And this is French Line. And French Line is very good. Very good. It's a very licorice, anise heavy, really nice kind of barbershoppy. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm running out of places to put everything. Okay, we are down to the nitty gritty. This is from the House of Marbert, and this is Gentleman. Now, Marbert has 3 masculines. One was a Pour Homme, one was Homme, and then one was Gentleman. And I thought the Gentleman at one time was the least favorite of mine of those 3, and then I was directed to revisit it by a friend, and I think it was JJ that told me that he really liked this one over the other 2, and I did revisit it and let some air into the bottle, and I really do like it. Marbert Gentleman, very good fragrance. Okay, here's 2 whatever fragrances. This is called Blue Ted by Ted Lapidus, and I just took a flyer on this because I like we said, I like flankers of flankers of flankers. And there is another one called Excited, and I thought these were 2 separate fragrances, Excited and Blue Ted. And I think what happened was they started out with one of these. I think they started out with Blue Ted, and then they kind of renamed it and relabeled it Excited, because they're both the same fragrance, which is kind of odd, kind of weird. But there's one that's in this line that's the original, and it's Ted by Ted Lapidus. And I'm going to need to sort that one out, because from what I've read, that seems to be the best of these, and these are just bullshit throwaways. And here is something from my dad's collection that he had, and it was full at one time when I was a kid, but he's since emptied it out, and he kind of gave it to me. And this is an Avon bottle, and this is a sailboat, Avon sailboat. I don't know if there's anything on the bottom that you might be able to read. Probably not. But this is kind of cool. And actually you can still smell remnants of that, that alcohol-y, aftershave kind of a thing. So that's kind of cool. A little bit of, memorabilia. Kind of reminds me of my dad. And then for my dad's birthday this past year, he wanted me to update his bottle of Royal Musk by the what's the name of the company? The Royal Lime. I think it's called Royal Lime. It's a Bermuda company, and this is called Royal Musk. And this is the one he had that he had used over the span of like 10 years. He used this much, and he thought, well, it was time to he wanted the freshest version. So I went out and bought him an 8-ounce of this, and I was like, what are you gonna do with the other one? He goes, I don't know, throw it out. I was like, I'm not throwing that out. So I took it, put it in my collection. It smells wonderful. It's a great musk fragrance. In fact, yeah, it smells great. I was like, Eric, give it to me. Here's your new one. And he was happy as a clam. And this house, it's a Bermudan company, and I want to say, I guess Royal Lime Limited is the name of the house. Well, anyway, there's a ton of these from this house. There's Royal Musk, there's Royal Mandarin, there's a Royal Vetiver, there's a Royal Lime, there's a few of them, and if this is very good, I'm tempted to go after some of the other ones like Royal Vetiver, and a few of the other flankers. But yeah, this is a great little splash fragrance, 8-ounce. Okay, I think we've hit the end of the road. That'll do it for the 4th installment of the collection video. And now it's on to the big unit behind me. I'll get cracking on that video soon enough. Again, I appreciate all the comments. If there's anything you want to teach me about these fragrances, any little bits of information, anything that sparked your attention that you could suggest something new for me to take a look at, don't be shy to let me know. Again, I appreciate all the love. Y'all have a great day. Stay grateful. Peace.